Hello. So, in case you missed my introduction, my name is Olivia, but people in the industry call me Squirrel. Nook is my van, and we have been on a few adventures in the last couple of years. I purchased Nook back in 2023, and I believe Nook has seen a lot of places in Western Australia more than other people, just from going to and from different jobs along the way. So the whole point of this is that I wanted to try and share my knowledge of the best to my knowledge of what Standby Props does in the film industry. And I'm sure a lot of you are asking, what is Standby Props? So I've got my notes because I might lose my track. So the best way I can describe Standby Props is it's an on-set art department. Normally we have bunch of people on set. There's a lot of people over east that I've heard that are specifically just standby props, so they focus purely on handing over a prop to a cast member for the film shoot. In WA, which is where I work, we seem to wear a lot of hats. So I tend to be standby props, where I hand the props over to the cast members and get them back by the end of the day. But I also seem to have a bit of on-set art director, where I have to problem solve issues that might come up during the shoot. And then I also do some on-set set dressing. So if there's any need to move tables or chairs that have already been set out by an amazing set deck team, they aren't always present, so I'll be there to help move it in case a camera needs to get in the way. And then on occasion, it's also special effects, which is not too crazy, more just haze machine and a couple of rain effects and things. So standby props, which is a very interesting career, tends to keep me very busy, and I learn a lot on the job. So I've been doing it for about, I think I want to say 8 years. I've started off as a standby assist working on the Mystery Road series, and then in 2020, end of 2020, I got the opportunity to be a lead standby. So I didn't assist anyone anymore. I had to run the show, which was a bit scary, but I got there in the end. And from now has been my career for the last good couple of years. So I really enjoy it. It's very, very fun. It is also stressful, but what job isn't stressful? So standby props is a very, I would say, trick of the trade. You seem to be almost like a tradie on set, as well as having the knowledge of design in your head. You have to have a few aspects of that. Along with being a standby props, I have other things to do. So breaking down scripts, which I would like to try and, as part of this, I'd like to try and show you examples of how to break down a script. Well, how I break down a script. Everyone's got their own process, and I'm sure there's people that have been in the industry much longer than I have that are probably saying I'm doing something wrong. But I find that if you have a way that you like to do something, then, and it works for you and it seems to go in the right direction, then I would say that that's probably going to work for you. So breaking down a script. The other one is, what I do is I break down call sheets. So call sheets is kind of like a schedule for the day. So you go through the call sheet and there'll be different scenes, not always in order, writing down what's required. So I'll go through my script notes, and then from those script notes I'll transfer them onto my call sheets, which I do tend to send to my art department to make sure everyone's on board. There's always conversations behind the scenes where, if I hadn't started the job yet, there's much more pre-production for people, so they might have more knowledge on things. So just kind of comparing notes. One thing during the shoot is continuity documents and photos. So there is a dedicated person that is continuity or script supervising. Shout out to Jared and Linda. And obviously Katarina as well. And they have an overall look on continuity. So with standby props, I focus purely on my continuity of art department. So for example, I'll do a little example. lovely cup of tea. If they start the scene with a cup of tea, that's a prop, it's in their hand. They do a little couple of sips and they put it down somewhere. They go, yay, well done, that's the end of the shot. We do it again, they have to have it in their hand. But I also have to tell them that it's in the correct hand. So those are the kind of things that I focus on, as well as taking a overall photo of, I call it the world, to all my assistants that have helped me out, the world photos. So if we do come back to a scene 2 weeks later, then we know exactly how the room was laid out, how certain items were placed for them to grab them if they need to grab them. Another thing is at the beginning in pre-production, we have a whole bunch of props that our amazing prop masters have sorted. So we've got Gabby, hello, we've got Julian, and we've also got Sally, so amazing props people, and Den, that have sourced a whole bunch of things for us, and then they hand over those props to us for the day or holding on for the duration. So I create things called character boxes. So for example, if there's a character called Olivia, I might write their name Olivia and put all their items into that box. So when I know for the day Olivia has to come out to play. And the other thing is just having a massive van full of equipment that I have accumulated over the years, which I would like to take you through. So the whole purpose of this is I would like to give a little information of what I've learned as being a standby props, and also taking a little tour through my van and showing you what I have collected, which is a lot over the years, what they do, what they might be used for. Some things haven't even been touched, but they're there just in case, and some items that I've grabbed over the years that people have given advice for and has actually worked quite well. So I hope that wasn't too much of a dribble, and hopefully you can bear with me. I'm not so great at social media, so I get a little bit weird. As you will find out, I've got weird names for items to help me. But I hope that this is a little bit enlightening, and for anybody that isn't in the film industry, you get to know what we do in Western Australia and what I do, which is going to be hopefully for a very long time. So yeah, anyway, bye.